What's up, guys, and welcome back to the International 7 European qualifying games. Got the last one of the day for me and for Europe. I think we're just done for today after this one. Planet Dog going up against Crescendo. And you may not know the Crescendo name, but I'm sure you know the Crescendo players. Syndrin, BBK is Baby Knight, Excalibur, EGM, and Ake. So yeah, some definite mainstays in the scene. I'm Mike Loris, going to be your caster for this final game. Planet Dog, well, they played a huge grind fest in earlier up against, who was it? It was Singularity, and they barely came out ahead. They're doing pretty well in their standings, whereas Crescendo having a little bit more difficulty. So we'll see who's able to come out ahead in this one. Definitely looking forward to see what Crescendo have in store for us. Syndrin's typically a very, very solid drafter for any given team. Baby Knight in that mid-roll, or even Excalibur in that mid-roll. Like, they could very easily swap if they need to. They have so many options, and we'll see what they're actually going to pick up here. A Sand King and a Quap. Definitely a safe opening. Nothing too crazy. And for Planet Dog, we have ourselves something a little bit interesting. They get a Clockwork first pick. I think nowadays, if you see a Clockwork first pick, you can assume it's going to be played as a support. But you always have that option of offlaning it if the situation arises. So, you know, a little bit of flexibility from that hero. Very similar to how a Puck is picked up very early. Could be mid or could be offlane.
5 seconds.
And they pick up a DK. This is the hero that they did pick up in their previous game I saw of them as well. Gave it to Keyser towards the mid lane. And it was okay. It definitely did its job. Was able to somewhat keep up in farm. At least as much as a DK can. Versus a Queen of Pain, the matchup is a little bit tough. You will take a lot of poison damage, that's for sure, and you will be kind of skating by at low HP, relying on your Breathe Fire for CS. We'll see if the DK is able to, get a decent amount of farm, and we'll see if Crescendo are able to pick up a 4-position hero that's able to really punish a DK. What I want to see as far as the best hero to do that is probably the Tusk. Put a Sand King in the off lane and then get a Tusk to roam about. Yeah, that's probably like the best way to deal with the DK, simply because mid lane tree is whatever. Monkey King's a dead hero. Earth Spirit is kind of a dead hero as well. You don't even have enough damage as an Earth Spirit to deal with the DK. So if they are interested in doing that, that's how Crescendo will get around to it. But they can just leave the Quap and Dragon Knight alone and usually be okay with that as well. Try to focus where the Clockwork is going. Definitely a hero that you can pretty much mitigate to being useless if you can read his movements properly. If you position yourself properly, then the cogs, the battery assaults, when you're going up against like one hero with Insane, when you're going up against 2 or 3, it becomes very mediocre, since you're going to be a low-level Clockwork as a support. There's no two ways about it. Planet Dog is definitely setting themselves up for the potential to be very, very aggressive versus those towers. They had a Troll Warlord with the DK in the last game, and that's a similar type of strategy, just to get that those towers down quick. Might just be what they're going for here. Crescendo, no Razor, no AA. Crazy amount of AA actually as of late. AA is really good with Sand King, is okay up against DK, so it's an understandable ban. Like, I think AA Sand King is when you really got to consider banning out the AA when the enemy team already has the SK. But here's where the flavor happens. What Crescendo actually want to do, because right now they are fully open to anything. They can still keep themselves open, kind of get a generico off-lane hero. That'll put the Sand King in the support role, but picking up someone like a Darkseer seems fine, I guess. Getting another support hero also seems reasonable. If they want a Crystal Maiden, that seems fine. There's no huge cost associated with that, I would say. Of course, Tusk is also a very real possibility. Dazzle is a little bit more on the defensive side, but I think still reasonable, as Planet Dog insta-pick that Disruptor. So we got ourselves a little bit of an interesting happening here. Dazzle saving Queen of Pain is okay value, but to me this says that Crescendo are maybe planning for a little bit of cheese. It doesn't necessarily have to be Huskar levels of cheese, but get some summons to Shadow Wave down. Sand King Dazzle can kind of do that. It's not the strongest, but it sometimes works. Pick up an axe or something like that. You can definitely do that with the Dazzle. Other than that, a little bit defensive for my taste. I haven't seen a lot of Crescendo, so I don't really know how they like to slant their drafts, if they like to be more aggressive or defensive or late game tempo-y. It really has yet to be seen. But Crescendo will grab the Darkseer, so no huge combos coming out of that offlane, which is normally where you're going to see Dazzle combos come out of. It's going to be Planet Dog to grab the Lycan now. Yeah, this is looking pretty dangerous. Planet Dog have a lot of damage versus those structures. That's just what you get when you pick up a Dragon Knight and a Lycan. Disruptor pick actually is retroactively really good because the enemy picks up a Darkseer into it. So they'll have the glimpse, they'll have the field. Really good answers to that Darkseer surge. And of course, it's great versus the Queen of Pain and the Sand King, that Static Storm. I don't think with Crescendo's supports, they'll be able to really put the pressure onto the Disruptor. It's always something you have to watch out for if you do plan on picking up a Disruptor. As far as fighting is concerned, he's not really the best hero at doing it. His nuke damage is slow over time, so it's, you know, going to be countered by salves and tangos and whatnot. But as far as control is concerned, Planet Dog have it in spades. Should now be looking for their off-lane selection. I think they have enough tower destruction power here. I think they probably just want a little bit more initiation. Clockwork support is a decent start. What are we looking at for the offlane of Planet Dog?
Reserve time.
They're going to have, like, mostly strength heroes to choose from, I want to say. Not many agility heroes or int heroes going to take that offlane. Nyx Assassin seems like a reasonable pickup up against Darkseer and a Queen of Pain. I wouldn't mind that. Axe is still in the pool, actually, if they want to pick it for themselves. You are going up against a Dazzle. That would give them another form of initiation, so I wouldn't mind seeing that picked up by the dogs either. Magnus. You get Magnus Lycan with Magnus DK. That seems pretty strong. They have a lot of strong options. Do they want to get more sustain on the board? They can Omni or Abaddon.
5 seconds remaining.
They have so many options, Planet Dog, and a lot of time to consider. For the Crescendo side, oh, okay, Nyx Assassin, very safe pick here for Planet Dog. It's going to be really nice to have that scout around the map. For Crescendo now, safe lane, Ursa seems pretty strong. Planet Dog don't really have many great answers to that.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, a Brood Mother. Baby Knight Brood one time? Baby Knight Brood one time? Yes. Yes, this is looking interesting. Yes, Baby Knight Brood. Now, Baby Knight Brood sticks in my head for whatever reason. He played it a lot in the mid lane. I think there's a pretty high chance we see it, something similar here. And he just consumes games. It is kind of scary. Planet Dog have limited AoE. Let's just put it at that. Nyx Assassin has an Impale, right? And you have Thunderstrike. Yeah, Thunderstrike to clear the spiders. Dragon Knight has Breathe Fire. That's definitely their best tool. Lycan doesn't really like dealing with that. And Crescendo now will have that kind of, that cute combo that I was talking about earlier with the Summons and Dazzle. Choosing to use the Broodmother with it. You just surround the enemy with invisible spiderlings, blast them with a heal, and then the enemies takes, like, 300 physical damage out of nowhere, and they're not expecting it. Crescendo definitely playing to their strengths here, and they will most likely just be looking to grind out these lanes. And at the same time, keep Planet Dog away from the Crescendo towers. Like, Lycan and DK love to push. They really do want to fight as much as possible. But it's so hard to just straight push when you have to worry about a Broodmother, while at the same time not having a good hero to deal with the Broodmother. If you did have an Axe on Planet Dog instead of a Nyx, or a Legion, or just a hero with good amounts of AoE to deal with the Brood, then they can probably get that push under control. Simply because, oh, Broodmother's pushing, send that one hero to deal with it, and then push the rest of the 4. Easy peasy. They will give 33 the Clockwork, so it's going to be a support Nyx Assassin, a support Disruptor, obviously, and an off-lane, or a core Clockwork. I don't really think that's going to change it a lot. I mean, the lanes might be slightly... it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be substantially better. The only real downside I see here... Why am I zoomed in so far? The only real downside I see here for Crescendo is that their late game scaling is severely lacking. Like, Lycan is a pretty solid late game hero. DK, if he gets farm, is really dangerous as well. Broodmother late game, it is potentially pretty powerful. That mischance with the incapacitating bite, that is substantial, but, you know, Quap, Darkseer, they're really looking to just use spells to win team fights, and that is really, really difficult when you're up against a Clockwork initiating, when you're up against heroes that love to get BKB, and of course Static Storm is in play. So Crescendo really do need to win these lanes. If they don't, they can buy a lot of time by split pushing, which is kind of nice, but it's definitely not where they would like to be if they can help it. Oh, Crescendo, they're not sending Baby Knight mid. Feels bad, man. On the dog side, though, got J4. As I mentioned earlier, going to be playing that Nyx. Got boots first on him, so he's looking to be a little more mobile. Swift Ending is playing the Lycanthrope. Milan is on the Disruptor. Got Keyser playing the Dragon Knight. And 33 is handling the off-lane Clockwork. On the Crescendo side, Ake playing that Dazzle. BBK, the Baby Knight, playing a Spooky Broodmother. Got all this green shit on him. Ugh. Spooky Spiders. Excalibur is on his mid Queen of Pain. Got EGM on the Sand King, and Cinderin is on the Darkseer. Iron Shell combo is really a dual lane Darkseer on the safe lane. I mean, when you pick up a Quap and a Brood and a Darkseer, your lanes are already going to be a little bit weird. But, yeah, we'll see if they're able to get this done. I mean, there is a Clockwork matchup versus the Darkseer, which is favorable for the Darkseer. Clockwork usually has a pretty good time versus other melee heroes. And if Darkseer gets careless with his positioning, he does have to watch out for battery assault damage. If he's caught in the cogs by himself with no creep wave, then he could take easily half or 3/4 of his health pool up against 33. So he has to be very careful there. But if he is going to play his distances properly with the Ion Shells, he should still be able to just continuously shove in the lane into the Clockwork's tower and handle the lane from there. Dragon Knight versus Quap, I already went over. J4 and Milan as the support duo is a little bit on the weaker side. I mean, Impale is great and everything, and I guess you can set it up with the Glimpse. There's a lot of control between these two, but as far as actual damage is concerned, really, really hard to make it stick. 2v2 on bottom. Ooh, Mana Burn first on J4. Did not notice that. The Mana Burn is great as a spell, but it has a super long cooldown, and Nyx can only do a handful of them before he has to do something else. So I guess he just wants to give Keyser as good a start as he could possibly get. On the bottom lane in the meantime, 33 in a corner. Dig. He has Tangos, he has a Quelling Blade, and EGM's like, screw this, I'm out of here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They just want to burn out Excalibur's mana pool. Mission accomplished. He will have another Shadow Strike soon with that clarity. Oh, never mind. Gets canceled. It's going to cost J4 a lot of HP, though. Not going to die, but we can see they're really getting banged up. Just the double melee matchup up against double ranged. And that chip damage is going to add up, especially since Nyx doesn't have a poor man shield. Obviously doesn't have a stout shield either. So, yeah, what you see is what you get. Those right clicks hurt like hell. Baby Knight up against just this support disruptor. That is a dream scenario for a Broodmother. Lycan has very, very little game up against the Broodmother. His base damage will allow him to last hit very comfortably, but once his tower actually starts getting pushed, like once Broodmother starts picking up some extra levels in the spawn Spiderlings, then Lycan just can't do anything in that lane anymore. And Milan can't help him either, so that lane would just be completely consumed by spiders. That is a really bad place to be. So Baby Knight looks like he should have a free roll up towards the top. There's really no chance they kill him either with these two heroes. They definitely need a third if they're going to kill off this Brood. Bottom lane, Clock and Darkseer pretty much going tit for tat. Darkseer splitting the experience a little bit with EGM. Not a terribly huge deal. Sand King did go boots first, and he can make a rotation over towards mid. It does require Excalibur to have, you know, some mana. At least enough to cast a spell. Put a field up. Nice. Not really sure what the plan was there. It was not a good one. 33 gets burrow struck. EGM gets pushed back by the cogs. We'll try to TP out with the Clockwork. It's gonna be close, really close actually, but he will be just fine. Where to teleport all the way back to base. Sand King doing what he can. You really do need to soften the mid lane up if you're going to go there. Sand King going top lane doesn't seem worth it. Brood is probably stronger just being left on her own, although he will run. Straight J4 EGM. Boots on both of these bugs. There's no more mana on the Nyx. EGM should be fine. J4 takes a tower shot. Yeah, he's okay. Ooh, still no first blood. The odds are pretty high I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like, it's just gonna happen. You have to prepare yourself for that. It's going to happen. Excalibur, 2 points dagger, no points in anything else. I mean, it's not really a threatening lane for a Queen of Pain. DK matchups very rarely are. What's the worst that can happen? You take Breathe Fire, and then an Nyx Assassin impales you out of Invis Rune. That, I think, is the worst that can happen. As long as you're somewhat careful with your health pool, you shouldn't die. Thunderstrike? Oh, the split! Wow, and then he loses all of his spiders to centaurs and trolls. Well, you know, shit happens, I guess. Baby Knight is actually not dominating this lane as much as I really would expect. The deficit in base damage is certainly hurting him quite a bit here. Up towards top, or bottom rather. 33 is fine. And Baby Knight caught in a field with no true sight on the deck. They see him limping away. They cannot chase after him. I mean, he does still have a little bit of a shortage of mana. Once he gets a little more of that, then the lane will be a little more under his control. But Lycan does have a lot of base damage versus a Brood, who has very low base damage. J4. Oh, I said it before. Impale out of Invis. That's how you get the kill on Excalibur. Decides to dagger instead of blinking, and that will kill him off. Miscalculation from the Quap. Oh no, she was perfectly fine to leave. She just blinked out of there, but decided instead that the dagger was good enough, and then miscounted by 10 mana. I think she had, yeah, she had 50-ish mana, right, when she died? 60. Needed for blink. Could have lived. Decided to go aggro and got punished. That is exactly what Planet Dog need. Just get this DK a little bit accelerated. Not even by a lot. His farm is pretty much neck and neck with the Queen of Pain. Get him to that level 6, start tearing down the towers with Swift Ending. Who is, by the way, having a pretty good time gold-wise up towards top. I assume a couple of these are spiderlings, but I would assume that the majority belong to main creeps, or real creeps. Problem is, you can't ever kill this Broodmother.
I'll take your
EGM and J4, bug fights. When bug fights, nobody wins except for the humans. There are actually way too many bugs in this game. I'm not a fan. Not a fan at all. Yeah, with level 3 Spiderlings and a Soul Ring, this lane is going to get a lot more dangerous for the Planet Dog side. That Shadow Wave was mediocre, and oh, they're actually going to catch Baby Knight in tower range with the field. He's going to get graved up. He's still dusted, though, but yanked back with the Glimpse. And heal, not going to do it. Can the Spiderlings get anything in response? No. In the meantime, they also lose the mid lane Quap. Looks like J4 and... Oh, J4, did he even do anything here? I don't know if he did. He probably used Arcane Boots or something. They pick off 2 across the map. And despite having a godly lane matchup, still dropping on top lane. Now the chain sent over towards mid. Oh no, Excalibur and Sand King this time. What the F is going on? Literally teleported right in front of a Dragon Knight with double damage rune. Now, I'm no mid lane expert, guys, but it seems to me like that's an ill-advised play. And I don't know what the hell happened bottom lane, but 33 just finds a free kill because he has Battery Salt level 3, and that's a ridiculously high damage spell. Keezer with the rest of his dragon form should lock up this tower, may be denied best case scenario. Now it's a little bit too late. And they do lose a tower on the top side, so it's an even 1-for-1. But, yeah, I mean, a couple of those kills are just Crescendo and running into shit happens type scenarios where it's like, oh man, you can't calculate for that, it happens, whatever. and then you teleport into a DK with a double damage rune, and you're like, come on, man. That is not a shit happens scenario. That is a what are you doing type scenario. J4, speaking of what are you doing type scenario, really wanted that rune. Has a Spike Carapace, Excalibur has a Sonic Wave. He's going to look for the Impale, only lands it onto 1. 33 has some cogs. Oh, can't get him off in time. Also at the hook shot, although he can't chase down Excalibur with said hook. Needs a blink out. He will get it off. 33 doesn't have enough mana actually. Flare. Oh, it's not quite enough. It's not enough. But in the meantime, they kill off someone else on top lane. Again, killing off this Broodmother. I mean, yeah, lost the tower, but killing her off now 2 times? Totally worth it, man. 33 unfortunate. Oh, he did go for the hook shot. He missed, I assume. Maybe. This game is coming up Planet Dog. The Lycan and DK having very clean times. The Crescendo safe lane, while not doing bad by any means, is a Darkseer at the end of the day. Like, you can't really do everything you want to do with a safe lane Darkseer. Swift Ending is debating so hard right now. He's setting up for Milan to put up a field, and he just completely whiffs it. So Swift Ending now gotta run, man. Run away. Oh, they're gonna say, oh no, you can live. Milan will die. Sonic Wave on top of it just to make sure. That Disruptor is so dead. So dead. Well, yeah. In the meantime, losing a Disruptor is pretty much 100% irrelevant to Planet Dog. I mean, it's really nice for Crescendo to get those kills, and by God, they do need them. But at this point, they have to look at how they're going to deal with this DK. Who's going to go for the probably most aggressive build you can go for on... Okay, there's the T-Tours you guys all wanted. The armlet build up on the DK. Says we want to fight early. And we got the same thing, very similar thing, let's say, coming up on Swift Ending. Mask of Madness armlet. Let me tell you, towers will not stand a chance. Slow heroes that are not surged or not in webs, they do not stand a chance either. Swift Ending once again trying to bait. Milan does have a Static Storm. And Swift Ending just with right clicks can tear through Baby Knight. As long as they land something. They do have Dust. They do track him with the Thunderstrike. Milan puts up a field. Baby Knight is going to get glimpsed. There he is. He's on the run. Although he is pretty quick. Swift Ending is a dog. And dogs, as we know, are faster than spiders. But the dust wears off. And Swift Ending cannot catch up to the kill. And while I'm watching that, they lose the Sand King on bottom lane. God damn it, man. Crescendo, why are you like this? Baby Knight gonna pick a fight with Swift Ending. Has quite the Spiderling crew here. Swift Ending straight TP out. Should be fine. Yes, he will be. Tower drops in the bottom lane in the meantime. So a good attempt on the Broodmother, but ultimately a kill still happens on a Sand King, which is pretty darn good as well. Gotta make sure that you kill off Sand King every once in a while. Keep that Blink Dagger timing delayed. Baby Knight is still pushing this lane. We can see Planet Dog just with their heroes having kind of a rough time trying to pin down this Broodmother. Again, they are rather ill-equipped to deal with her, although they do catch her in a field. They do have Dust available. Not really worth going for without that Metamorphosis. Shapeshift. God damn it. So many shape-shifting Metamorphosis type-changing spells in this game. Shapeshift, Elder Dragon Form, Metamorphosis. That's all I got. Chemical Rage, technically is one. Milan, oh no. Murdered by spiders is a bad way to go. J4 is going to arrive, looking for an Impale, completely whiffs it. Milan puts up a field that should protect him. In the meantime, Burrow Strike comes in. It's returned by the Spike Carapace, and Swift Ending is going to chase them all out. Coming from the south, it's the DK. He does not have a ranged stun, and his angle isn't quite good enough here. He can chase for another 10 seconds. Baby Knight is free and clear, it seems. And in the meantime, why? Every time there's a team fight, some random other hero dies. Glimpse back onto Ake, straight into an Impale. He may have a grave for himself. With a TP out, he's still not going to escape, even if he tried. 2 to 10. And in the meantime, 33 gets a free kill on Siddarin. I don't know, guys. It just kind of happens like that. Massive team fight. No one dies. Suddenly, someone else gets a solo kill elsewhere. Feels awful, man. Clockwork, though, is, oh my god, stacked as all hell. Level 10, so level 2 hookshot is being pushed pretty quickly. Keezer completely whiffs his Breathe Fire, by the way, so these Spiderlings are going to hurt. Swift Ending here with the Burrow Strike. needs some help. Dragon Tail is going to go towards the spider. They both get vacuumed in into the Sonic Wave and the Epicenter. Does a hell of a lot of damage, but a huge Impale Static Storm combo. Is it going to kill all of them? It will! Oh my god, and Keyser survives. Okay, J4 and Milan are god amongst men. Ake will just die to the poison tick of the DK. And that looked so good. So good for Crescendo. And then Planet Dog were like, lol, nope, Ravage onto 4, Static Storm. And in the meantime, 33 is just playing his own game. Does this guy even part of the Planet Dog team? Is he on his own team? Because he's been getting kills by himself consistently while ignoring the entirety of his allies. I think he may have sent a flare up there, actually. But, oh my god, that was some turnaround. The next assassin now is going to get jumped. Instantly vendettas. That is way too late. Maybe we should keep an eye on the Clockwork. He has Blade Mail. He has a very, very high level. And he has clearly viable kill targets. Usually Darkseer is pretty rough to kill off. But if you catch him alone with no creep support, Battery Assault level 4, I think does like 1,000 something damage before reductions. It's actually pretty ridiculous. He just needs line of sight. Looks like the line of sight is easier to get on bottom lane simply because there are no webs there. You know you're not going to randomly hook into a bug or something like that.
Regeneration.
He's hanging around here. But yeah, it's really difficult to play Clockwork up against Brood as far as landing hook shots are concerned. So that's probably why 33 is just avoiding the Broodmother situation as much as possible. And he's looking for this instead. Cinderin, I see you. Hook shot. Oh, debated. Still looking for the Battery Assault damage. Is this still going to be good enough? Catches him in the Cogs, gets vacuumed out of it though. 33 still wants in. Cogs bounce back, isn't going to do it. Swift ending though. Coming in hot. Woof, woof. He is not doing enough damage. Oh my god, stop dying elsewhere, please. For one single time in this game. Ake used the grave on someone else. He's going to try to kill himself. Swift ending with the Mask of Madness. Chewing through the Dazzle. Is going to get the kill. And this is... I hate this game. This is like the worst game of all time. Fights happening literally everywhere. And I always choose the wrong one. So people died in top and mid while I was watching bottom. Oh my god, this game. EGM wants in. He is nowhere close to his Blink Dagger. I'm not sure if he should want in because there is a gank squad coming in. He does get stunned by the Impale. I don't know how that landed, but it did. Is there a glimpse? There's no mana for a glimpse. There is a short one. Is that good enough? No. Oh, they vacuum back into a wall. Sonic Wave and a 4-man Burrow Strike. Keyser is going to come in though. They lose the Sand King. Not enough damage. Follow up after that. They do take down 2, but they will take another Impale. Swift ending is going to get bitten down by Baby Knight. Keyser and J4 cannot do enough to save them here. Spike Carapace will go up. J4 has a Vendetta in 3. So he's dead. Okay, never mind. Triple kill for Baby Knight arrives in a very timely fashion. And that is a beautiful combo pulled off by Crescendo. That vacuum into 4-man Sonic Wave with a Burrow Strike over the top. That's pretty much what I thought was going to happen in the fight over here, but apparently I was mistaken that time. DK arriving a little bit late to help out as well.
I'll take that.
Lon and 33 smoking up behind Swift ending. No targets in the area really. Going for Excalibur is tough, although they do have a Static Storm. 33. Get in front of Milan. They're looking for him. They got the glimpse. Static Storm is all there. So Queen of Pain needs a miracle. There's a hook shot and Cog to chain stun. If they even need it. In the meantime, other people die because literally that's all this game is. Just people dying all around the map kind of randomly. Like this. Nyx Assassin getting chased down by the Orchid. He's popped off.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And that is going to be yet another one. Couple of kills for Planet Dog. In the meantime, Keyser pushing top lane, sees Baby Knight coming in, will abandon ship. I'm fairly certain that illusions do apply live Corrosive Breath. I guess I'm wrong.
A gift from the Tempest of Battle.
I think it's... They do apply the Corrosive Breath icon, but I think it may not do damage. I don't know. Not entirely sure on that. I mean, man, DK isn't a thing, thank God.
Radiant's bottom tower
Used to be a
is
thing.
under
If
attack.
you shift Q'd Manta style with your Elder Dragon form, if you were shapeshifted into Dragon form and you use Manta style, you would make regular Knight illusions. But if you shift Q'd it so that you Manta'd and Elder Dragon form at the same time, then you would make 3 dragons. And that's how to do it, guys. That's how to do it in Warcraft 3. I don't know if they fixed that. They probably did. But that was pretty sweet. You could do that with Terrorblade as well.
Is under attack.
Pretty much anyone with the unit changing ability.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Swift Ending still pushing. Baby Knight, the Broodmother. A pretty easy pick off on a J4, but unfortunately is not actively
Dire's
pushing
top
lanes,
tower is
even though
under
top
attack.
technically is being pushed.
Radiant's bottom tower
Planet Dog
is
don't
under
really have to
attack.
worry about this pressure from the Broodmother, at least not right now. Clockwork, Blade and Veil, still incredibly stacked with War Staff on the way. And the tower will be torn down by the dog.
Radiant's bottom tower
They're getting
is
to this
falling.
top lane, so they're starting to push it in a little bit. Not nearly convincingly enough.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alright, I think it's about time for Clockwork to get another solo kill. It's about that time. Crescendo are playing a lot more cautiously with their positioning now. In pretty much their own territory for forever. Although J4 is looking for a spot, and he will find a couple. He is spotted by a sentry. These heroes, though, can't really do anything about a Nyx, so they're just going to try to play it cool, but you can tell they're nervous. Does J4 get this read as well? Well, he definitely does with the Poison Touch. Impale onto 2. Where's the follow-up? Here comes the dog. He's pissed off, and he's almost going to 3-shot Ake, but the vacuum comes in to save him at just the perfect time. Still, he's going to chase forward for this Dazzle. Doesn't quite get it. Settles for the Courier instead. And in the meantime, Broodmother dies in mid lane. Are you kidding me? This is such BS. J4 is probably going to die to the poison. It's going to be very close. No, it's actually going to time out, and they will take down the Queen of Pain. Syndran, hiding in a corner for some reason, gets hit with the hook shot, and now he's going to try to surge his way out of here, but there is a Disruptor here, so there's no way he escapes. And that is going to be a triple kill for Keyser, and no one on Planet Dog dies. See, you can't blame me, guys. Like, you can't blame me the fact that mid lane people are dying while top lane literal team fights are happening. That's not my fault. That is not my
Radiant's
fault.
top tower is under attack.
God damn it. Well, still a tower will drop. Keyser is pretty darn stacked right now. Does he have anything on the Courier? MKB most likely on the way. Holy crap, it's done. This doesn't have an owner attached to it for some reason. Oh, there it is. Okay, it just glitched out. So he has BKB done with another 1,600 gold in the bank. Seems about right for a DK who is easily on top of the net worth chart. 13k is a ridiculous amount on a Dragon Knight. And I assume we're going to have a Assault Cuirass next, something along those lines. Yeah, again, I mentioned earlier, Crescendo don't really have the best scaling in the game. And it's really hard to scale as these heroes when you're constantly getting picked off. Like, they're just, yeah, not heroes that can sneak a lot of farm. It's very clear when they're farming, because the lanes are being pushed, so you draw the attention. Oh, J4, caught with the Orchid. Does have a Force Staff. Does have some backup here in the form of this big spooky dragon. Hookshot does whiff. But Milan just needs a little bit of vision. Target almost acquired. Target acquired. Got one. And, oh, EGM dies. Are you kidding me? This is such BS, man. Like, every single goddamn time.
Tower is under attack.
Watching the game, watching the gank, and then someone else gets a solo kill. I'm pissed off. Like, I am legitimately angry right now. Because there's no way to catch all these kills. Whatever. Tower still dies. I mean, Keyser, what level is he? Oh my god, he's level 19. Yeah, I mean, that level 3 Elder Dragon form has always been, like, the level that you want to hit. And he has that and then some. So he's going to be getting some pretty fat talents. I don't think you go for the gold talent here.
Dire's structures
Just
are
because you're so
fortified.
far ahead already. You don't need the extra gold. You just need the health to make sure you don't feed over whatever
Dire's bottom
13
tower
kill streak he has.
denied.
Well, this tower is going to take an absolute beating. Or not. They're going to fall back. Keyser, Dragon Form status. Not for another 40. So yeah, this tower should live for another 40 seconds. At least. They're still camping around though. In the meantime, we have a ton of heroes looking for solo kills. Not gonna find any yet. It's gonna happen. As soon as there's a team fight, someone else is gonna die across the map. That's just how it goes. My god. This is the most relatively farmed Dragon Knight I've ever seen. Like, we've seen games where Dragon Knight is, like, well farmed. This is, like, mega farmed. There is no one who can touch him in the farm department. Not even his safe lane Lycan. That's crazy, man. And he's packing a Hyperstone now, so... Yeah, you know, 200 damage a pop, at a range, with an Eye of Scotty effect. Oh, never mind, that's not a Hyperstone. That's a freaking Assault Cuirass. So, yeah, the Brood's damage output with Spiderlings is irrelevant now, mostly. At least versus the DK himself. And even the +5 armor, I think, that aura, whatever it's called. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty ridiculous. And Crescendo already short on damage. Oh, BBK. Oh, flared, dusted, in a field, and dragon-tailed. Look at Keyser go, just tearing down BBK. He gets one hit off with his insatiable hunger. And doesn't get the miss chance, unfortunately. I'm being told Keyser is pronounced Kaiser. That's the first time I've heard that. Oh, he's gonna go for another. There goes Ake. He's super dead. And, well, they're gonna go ahead and push this tower. At the same time, Clockwork was looking for a solo kill. They glimpse back EGM. That's another one. Who else wants to die? Step right up. Because there's still a lot of dragon left for everyone. Excalibur's like, nah, I'm gonna let the Raxes fall. And I think that's probably the correct decision, because you cannot kill this DK. It actually can't be done. The technology just isn't there yet. There goes second Rax. Broodmother, really? Okay. Probably not a good idea. But at the same time, they just lost 2 Rax, or 1.5 Rax, rather. And, Planet Dog, they expend actually nothing for it. So, yeah, it's time to fall back and get Roshan. What other free objectives do they want? They take down the tier 3s as well, so this shrine is pretty screwed. This shrine is still alive, but pretty screwed. And Crescendo, these are not comeback heroes. Broodmother can do a surprisingly high amount of damage with BKB up, just because, like, you can't kill her because of Insatiable Hunger and the Fascinating Bite. But you're not gonna get that much value when the enemy DK has Splash, Assault Cuirass, and Crit. And not even just Baby Crit. Like, he only has it right now, but he's gonna get the Big Daddy Crit soon enough. Oh, there's the Impale, onto 2 with the Burrow Strike, and the Sonic Wave, and then nothing. They're just gonna have to book it the opposite direction. Wall drops to do a whole lot of nothing, because there's no way to keep him in there. Ake, in the meantime, being chased down by 33. They will focus down the Disruptor, Baby Knight will. That's kind of cool, I guess, but, you know, everyone else is dead. And GG well played is called. 9-33, that is, this was a pretty gruesome game. Yeah, this was, I don't even know. The whole game plan of Crescendo, the whole point of their draft, was to win the laning stage with Brood, with Darkseer, with Quap, like heroes that very rarely lose the laning stage, and then just kind of play it from there. They probably didn't expect Baby Knight to get flattened as much as he did. Like, he did not get anything done in that top lane, despite being up against what I would say is one of the better Brood lanes to be up against. Like, no AoE, very limited tracking. Still was having a lot of difficulty. Excalibur fed over a couple of free kills towards the Dragon Knight, Kaiser, I don't know. And 17-0-7, I mean, you end up with a score like that. Everyone was able to get pickoffs across the map by themselves. Yeah, I mean, if you go all in the laning stage and don't win the laning stage, you're pretty screwed. Planet Dog are going to be, I believe, 4-1 at the end of this game. Let me take a quick check. P-Dogs, yeah, that looks like a 4-1 score. Not bad at all. Whereas Crescendo are going to take the inverse, 1-4. I think Secret are also 4-1. And Danish Bears, I'm not sure about, because I think they're still playing or something. I might be looking at old data. But we are done for today, guys. The European qualifiers are going to come to a close. I'm going to be back tomorrow, same time, same place, for even more European Dota. So be sure to tune in then. Of course, there is NA, SA, and then it's a China and C. I mean, they're freaking games everywhere, guys. So enjoy them. Enjoy the qualifiers. For right now, I'm done. If you enjoyed the casting and the camera work, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, be sure to hit me up on Twitter at Mike Loris. But again, I'll be here tomorrow at 11:30 EST. I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. GG.